Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. The gang are all camping at the moment, so I have had the morning to myself, and every time I go out into the backyard, I can kind of hear them arguing amongst one another because they're all very different personalities. I want to welcome you here if you've never been here before, and if you are a long time viewer or subscriber, thank you for supporting my channel. Today I want to delve into some ideas and some thoughts that I've been having regarding the twin flame journey, and I think it's going to help you a lot on yours. So the first thing I want to talk about, I'm going to just get straight into it today. Of course, if you need me, very quickly down in the description box below are my details. So if you want a personal reading, or you want to do one of my packages, or you don't know what you need, just contact me via email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So I'm going to delve into this as soon as I can because I think it's really important from a psychological point of view. Now, the first thing I want to say is the twin flame connection is definitely a 5D energetic connection or magnetic attraction, where we have, one soul split up into two bodies. And it's kind of a weird concept, but if you go back as far as Plato and even before that, you can find understandings about this concept written in literature in general. Okay, so I love watching reality TV shows because I really enjoy learning about how people behave and why people behave the way they do, on a 3D level, and also on a spiritual level. But recently I was watching The Bachelor, the USA Bachelor, and boy oh boy, what a mix of different personalities there are in those particular shows. What I found really interesting is that there were a whole heap of women on that program that, were throwing themselves at The Bachelor. Not literally, but, pretty much. I'm trying to, okay, I'll use my pens today. Seems the gang aren't here. Here's The Bachelor and he's dressed in blue, let's say. And then we have, these women, and some of them are very clingy, very all over him, willing to give it up for him, we could say. And I found after watching, I think there was like 24 episodes or something, and some of them went for like an hour and a half, and I found that the ones that continually chased The Bachelor, very obviously, I guess we could say, the less interested in those he became. And so it was this kind of, and I'm not for one moment suggesting that The Bachelor is a twin flame. He could be, but I'm not suggesting that. But it's this push and pull energy that comes about in the twin flame journey as well. And although in The Bachelor it's coming from a 3D place, in the twin flame journey it's coming from an energetic place. But I want to talk about this because I think it's really important. Okay, so let's just draw The Bachelor for a minute so we can kind of get this idea going. Okay, so The Bachelor, he goes on lots of dates, he gets to choose who he goes on dates with, and then he does group dates, etc, etc. Right, so he's a pretty happy camper as far as masculines go, because he's got all these women, batting their eyelids for him, and it's a big ego boost, let's say. Okay, so of course the feminines get ready to go out on a date. She's not wearing not much clothing here, and generally that's interesting because some of them were wearing very revealing clothing. But there were a few dates he went on, and it was interesting because they'd have a really great date and then they'd go back for their dinner, for their romantic dinner, and let's put the little table there and put a candle on the table. All right. So they go back for their romantic date, and then he's kind of falling for her, as he does with a lot of the women. And then she goes, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can open up to you. Right, I'm trying to do the whole Bold and the Beautiful, this stare into midair, And she goes, I don't think I can open myself up for you. I've been hurt in the past before, and then he looks at her and goes, I want you to break down your barriers. I want you to break down your wall. And then all of a sudden she's crying, and she runs off dramatically, to the exit. And he, of course, runs after her and tries to console her. And there's a minute when you think, as the viewer, oh my God, she's gonna leave. She's gonna leave. And so all of a sudden, he's pouring his heart out. Oh, please, I can see a future with you. I can see a happy ever after. And so that's one scenario. And then the next scenario is, you have the bachelor, sorry, not the man, the bachelor. And he's got a really sweet chick that says, look, I'm falling for you. I'm in love with you. I'm waiting for you. I'll do anything for you. I'll give you, whatever you need. I'll wait as long as you want. She's just giving up her everything. And so what happens is that he has no conflict in his mind about her, this other kind of girl. So we've got, on the one hand, the drama providing woman, right, where she's, I want you, but I don't think I can have you. I want you, but there's too much in the way of us. I want you, but I might have to leave the show. And then there's this other kind of, woman that's on the show that goes, I'm willing to give you my everything. I'm willing to lead with my heart here. I'm really feeling the connection. And so what happens then is he goes away. And because he knows that the I don't know, let's just call her Amber, I'm just making up names, but Amber is willing to give up, her whole everything. She's willing to move to his locality, give up her job, give up her everything, become a homemaker, whatever it is. He kind of puts her on the back burner and says, all right, well, Amber will be there. She'll be over there waiting for me. I don't need to deal with her. Let's call this other woman that's kind of tugging on his heartstrings, not sure whether or not she wants to come or go. Let's just call her Emma, okay? Now, Emma has provided this kind of pain for him, this kind of, I might go, or I might stay, or I might go, or I might stay, I might give it up to you, or I might not, right? And this actually in the 3D, remember I'm talking about a 3D relationship here, and then I'll add it for twin flames in a minute. I'll connect it. But this 3D scenario that happens where she's pulling away, she's umming and ahhing about the connection, makes him become ravenous for it. Because ultimately the man or the male, take energy and gender how it resonates for you, but ultimately the man needs to feel like the protector and the provider. And when you are the protector and the provider of something, and you can see that it's about to leave, it makes you want it more. You know, it's like if you saw an ad on the TV for, I don't know, a lady shaver that you thought you might like. If it's always on the TV all of the time, every day, you know, every second ad, it's always, you know, lady shave, get your lady shave today, you know, 99.9% off for a limited time only. And you think, oh, I've seen that ad 1,000 times, it'll always be there. I can get it on Amazon, I can go on eBay, I can get it anytime. But if they put the new ad up for lady shave, let's say it's called lady shave, all of a sudden they say lady shave is closing down, we've only got 10,000 lady shaves worldwide available. So, and you wouldn't care about the price, you just want it, you become ravenous for it because it's going to be going. So what happens here with the Bachelor is the scarcity that could potentially happen makes him ravenous for the soulmate. Okay, I'm going to say soulmate because I'm talking about soulmates here, not twin flames, right? And so the women that were causing him to have the most pain were the ones that he was crying over, you know, talking to his mother about, and, you know, his family about, and going, oh my God, I'm so torn, I'm in love with her, and then I'm in love with her, and the, you know, the women that he thought he was in love with were the ones that caused him the most pain. So now I want to talk about how this is relevant for the twin flame journey in a sense. But of course the twin flame journey is a fifth dimensional and above connection. So I never would suggest playing games with anybody's feelings ever. However, I want you to understand what's going on. Okay. So think about the Bachelor for a moment. You could also think about your favorite burger place that's closing down, and they're only going to be serving burgers for 10 more minutes, and you know you're already out the door rushing to go and get it, right? So most divine masculines in the 5D or in the twin flame connection are fairly well unawakened. They may be spiritual to some degree, or they may be religious or something like that, but they're pretty much unawakened to the fact that they're in a twin flame journey from the get-go. So when they first meet the divine feminine, you know, it's that crazy, blissful bubble love. I'm gonna draw bubbles. Right? And they're feeling this 5D, beautiful, blissful rainbow connection, you know, for lovers and dreamers and me, la da 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 da. Remember Kermit singing that song? You might not be old, you might be too young to know, but I'm pretty sure that Kermit from the Muppets sang the Rainbow Connection. So there's this there's this 5D connection of souls when you first meet. You know, it's this recognition of souls. It's this understanding that you're meant to be together, or that, you know, that kundalini rising that occurs, you know, that amazing feeling that happens when you either look your twin flame in the eye, or you hear their voice, or even from a text message you can get their energy. And what happens usually is that the masculine will go away, and he's just basically, you know, doing his own thing, going about his own life, not realizing the connection. And so off he goes to do his life. Maybe he's already married, maybe he's got a job commitment that he's in, you know, but he goes away, and this separation can be intermittent, or it can go on for a long time, as you know, if you're on the twin flame journey. And so as he pulls away, without realizing that this is a spiritual connection, the divine feminine goes, OMG, how can that just happen? How can the most perfect man, take gender how it resonates, the most perfect person I've ever met, just leave? And so his absence, his pulling away, his if he's Lady Shave saying, clearance sale, I was only available for that blissful love for a minute, as he goes away, she wants to devour him more. She feels the need for him more, and it drives her kind of batshit crazy. Right? She kind of goes OMG and WTF at the very same time, because she's never felt this with a soulmate connection before, and so it's extremely difficult. So she'll have times where she forgets about, I mean, she can never forget about the connection, but she kind of goes, well, I just have to get on with my own life. And she may find herself doing things that she loves. She may find herself, you know, painting or drawing or doing some kind of art project, or dancing or praying or meditating more. And if you notice, it's in those moments that he comes back, when she's least expects it, when she's sleeping in, hasn't done her makeup, ding, that's when the phone will ring, or that's when the text message will come. And so this Bachelor scenario where the chick kind of goes, well, you know, I'm just going to leave the show because, like, you know, I don't think I can break down my walls and do this, is very similar here, where the, you know, when the divine feminine doesn't realize that she needs to work on herself, we've got this in and out energy from the divine masculine, okay? So, you know, he might come in, he might come out, go out, he might come in, he might go out, and it's all over the shop, and it's wishy-washy energy. And then she can come to the realization, you know, from watching tarot readings or watching, you know, concept videos or something like that, that the journey is actually about herself. And when she works on herself, she actually is connecting in with the divine masculine, because he is her. You know, you are them and they are you in spiritual form, okay, from a soul level. So what happens is that she then starts working on herself. You know, the obsessive thinking and the the craziness starts to wear off a little bit, to the point where she goes, well, I just have to do me, okay? So she does this thing where she goes, I kind of have to try and love myself. But if it's ingenuine, if she's just doing it to get him back, to come back, then it doesn't work. It'll be wishy-washy, wishy-washy, because she'll still be, oh, I'm working on myself, I'm doing aerobics today, and then she'll be checking her phone. Did he message me? How many days has it been? you can almost feel the saliva running down, like Homer Simpson when he wants that donut. That's how the divine feminine feels, about the divine masculine. It's like she wants to devour him, but he's not there. So then what happens is that she gets to a point where he's gone, and she has to cope. And so in the coping, she kind of goes, well, if I'm not okay on my own, if I'm not okay by myself, then I may actually have a breakdown. And she may have had a mini breakdown, a dark night of the soul already before this. But she goes, I really just have to focus on me, because that's all I got right now. And so then it becomes this genuine self-love that she has to do because she's on her own. And for many divine feminines at this point, they kind of go, I don't really need him. Like, it would be really wonderful if he came in, but I kind of just need to just get on with my life, because I need to have other relationships that fulfill me. I need to perhaps worry about my children, or my dog, my cat, or my pet iguana, And so she genuinely begins to take care of herself. For those who aren't in a partnership with someone else, she may self-satisfy in a sexual way as well, which can be very freeing for the divine feminine. She may pleasure herself. She may pray more, or meditate more, or go into nature more, or draw more, or follow her joy more. And then when she thinks, this isn't for every twin flame, but more than likely this is what happens, and when she thinks that he's gone, all of a sudden, there he is, professing his love. I missed you. I can't live without you. I want you. Oh my God. You're the most beautiful thing. I can't believe I didn't see it before. For some, they say, I want to marry you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I wish I'd married you instead of my ex, or something like that. All of these love affirmations start coming like crazy. And so many of you already know this. Many of you already understand this concept in the mind. But this is the soul journey. This is so much more important than the mind. We need the higher intellect to be able to, ponder on these things, understand these concepts. But the most important thing that I want for you to do today is to know that you are a goddess. If you're a divine feminine, you are a goddess. You are so beautiful. Your essence is all powerful. You aren't just this, needy, clingy woman, take gender how it resonates, that desperately needs her other half. In fact, the divine masculine needs you just as much as you need him. So what I want to come to saying now is that this push-pull scenario that happens, let's just say that they're joined with that red ribbon around the wrist, okay? My drawings are hilarious, okay? So that's supposed to be, let me use my red pen here. That's supposed to be, you know, that red ribbon that ties them together. This isn't a bondage scenario. You have to go to another website for that, to another platform to see that. But you notice how when she goes off and he goes off, I wish I had a piece of string with me, but I'll take my hair out just for a minute, okay? So I can explain it to you. But okay, so we've got this, and it's red. Wow, that was cool. So off he goes and off she goes, right? But if she can pull that little bit further, then he has no choice but to come, okay? So, you know, as he pulls away, she's kind of going with him, wanting him, needing him. So you can really fast track the twin flame journey. And I don't know if I should use the word fast track, but if you can genuinely pull away, if you can genuinely know that it's coming anyway, you know, it's already in. If you had, you know, if you had a bunch of desires above your head here, you know, one day I want a beautiful home, one day I want, I don't know, a cat that doesn't hiss at me, one day I want that pet iguana, right? One day I want my twin flame, right? You've already got this, all of these desires are already within you. And the universe knows that. And so when you align yourself to those desires, you need to be high vibrational. So if you can raise your vibration to a point where it's blissful without your twin flame. Maybe you're doing mission work, if you choose to, without your twin flame. Maybe you're, I don't know, helping with charity without your twin flame. Maybe you are self-pleasuring without your twin flame. Everything you do for yourself, you actually do for them. And so all of these desires are kind of in that love heart bubble above you. But to come to fruition, you need to be high vibrational. You need to be in your heart space. You need to know that they're coming. And that comes from this genuine place of giving yourself love, so that then perhaps if you want to, you can outstretch this love to others. Whether that's your children or the homeless or the poor or your local charity or your local church group, okay, or whoever you want to spread your love with. So the divine masculine doesn't really know. He subconsciously pulls away because he's just, you know, he's just working, or he's just, you know, got karmic stuff going on, or he's just, you know, making more money, or he's just whatever he's doing in his 3D world. Remember, most divine masculines are still in 3D. And so he continually pulls away. And if you notice that when he springs back is when you least expect it, when you're not focused on outcome, right? So the divine feminine's going, well, I don't know when he's coming in. I've got so much going on anyway in my life right now that's good for me, that's positive and healthy for me, that, oh well, you know, like, oh well. But the worst part about it is, this is the worst part, because when you come to the understanding of this, right, Wizard of Oz, let's talk about the Wizard of Oz. Now, is it a cyclone or is it I always forget what it's called, but a twister, right? There's my twister. You know how it sweeps Dorothy up? When the divine masculine turns back around and shows up again, this is when the divine feminine goes, oh my God, Toto. Right. She's looking at her dog. He's here. I'm home. There's no place like home. I almost need one of the gang members. I can just imagine Little Red Riding Hood saying, there's no place like home. Right? But she gets swept up in it again. Right? She needs red shoes for this one. Right? And red hair. Let's give her red hair. He comes back and sweeps her up again. And they have this blissful time. And they feel all that, you know, Kundalini rising. And the hearts are beating fast. And this, ooh, oh my God. OMG, WTF at the same time. That's a twin flame stage. I'm telling you right now. OMG and WTF. And you know what I'm talking about if you're a twin flame. So she gets swept up in it all. And then he separates again. And she goes, OMG, WTF. There's so many ways you can say that. You know, it's the bliss, the OMG, WTF. This is so beautiful. And then he leaves and she goes, OMG, WTF. Right? How many tones of voice can she use? So the love sweeps her up every time. The love takes her to the land of Oz, right? It's this weird place where twin flames go together. And then they separate again and all this stuff can go on in their karmic lives. And they go, what the WTF, OMG, what's going on? So holding space for your twin flame while still being genuinely self-loving is the key here. It's a really difficult balance to do, but you have to let go. And I'm not going to say detach. I hate the word detachment because detachment denotes that you forget about them and you don't want to do that. But you have to let go. Let it go. Let it go. Right? OMG, WTF. Right. You have to let it go and walk away. Where's the walking away picture? Right? So that you're pulling on this ribbon or this rubber band a little bit more hard than he is. Because he's doing it in that 3D way. I need to go to work in that caveman way. I need to protect and provide for my family, right? I need to be the caveman. I need to make more money. I need to find a banana for breakfast, right? So off he is. And he's pulling, isn't he? He's pulling you. And as he leaves, and the longer he goes, the more it drives you batshit crazy. So you've got to come out of batshit crazy after you've said OMG WTF, and then you've got to go, actually, you're coming with me. Okay? Now, if you're interested in knowing how to do all of this, because this kind of is, you know, drawings 101 with Nat, right? And of course, my drawings one day will be very famous, and if I sign them, they could be in museums all around the world, of course, says my ego. So I want you to not get swept up in it. As hard as it is, if you don't know how to do this, please contact me and I'll let you know. But what can happen is, you know, there's Dorothy, all of a sudden, she's up in that, I was going to say in the windmill. She might be up in a windmill, but she's up in the air again because he comes in and he's so alluring and he's so, why is he so alluring? Because he is you. He is your soul. He is the essence of you. So it drives you batshit crazy when he leaves again, because you want to stay with him. You want to be with him. Take gender how it resonates. Of course, the DF, DM are just energies. So you need to be able to pull him, right? Ow. Without banging your elbow on a chair. Okay, so this is the biggest secret ever. It still takes a little bit more than just this, but this is why you go batshit crazy as a twin flame, because this is why it makes you so mad when they just go away and they just don't come back, and you're like, how can this guy, right, how can we feel all this stuff together, this explosiveness, this bliss, this bubble love, this orgasmic energy, right? That's the best way you can kind of describe it. Orgasmic energy, this explosion of energy as we come together, and it's just pure love. How can we feel all of this and then he say, oh, I'm just going to go to work, and then off he goes and you don't know when he's coming back. I mean, of course he has to go to work, but you know what I mean? Because you feel like a wolf that hasn't eaten for 81 days, dripping with saliva, maybe like a cat that hasn't had its tuna, I don't know. But it's just like, you know, how can he not want to be with me? How can he not want to be in me, you know? Take that how it resonates. I will not judge you. But, you know, it's this... If you've ever been to a strip show, and there goes my throat chakra, because I'm guilty of that in my younger years. My girlfriend dragged me along to one once, but if you've ever been to a strip show and you watch the other women, they look like they're salivating over these guys that are just, you know, balls and all, showing everything, right? And that's kind of what it's like for Divine Feminine. She's like, you know, I want to devour him. I want to take a shower with him. I want to feed him. I want to love him. I want him to love me. I want us to do every single thing together. I want us to be joined at the hip. Right? You know, like those chicks on The Bachelor. I'll be yours forever. I'm right here. Don't go with Angelica. She's got it. She's not. She's lying to you. You know how these Bachelor women double the other women in because they want to get the Bachelor. But of course the Bachelor, and we're talking about a 3D Divine Masculine, although he is awakening, we're talking about a very 3D Divine Masculine, and he, if you take it away from him, right? You know, you smell so good. You are the perfume here. You are the sexiness, the allureness, the goddess in you. If you take it away, genuinely because you're working on yourself, if you take that away, then he becomes the starving wolf. And I'm hungry like the wolf. Right? I don't even know the words. I'm up and I'm down, I'm lost and I'm found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Is it? I don't know. I'm making up the words as I go along. Karaoke with Nat. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. So if you want to know how to do this, if you want to know how to snap that rubber band or that yellow, red, whatever color ribbon, I was thinking of the yellow brick road then. If you want to know how to walk up the yellow brick road on your own and have him chasing you up the yellow brick road, I don't know, maybe he's Tin Man or maybe he's one of the other characters from The Wizard of Oz. But if you want him to follow you to go to see The Wizard of Oz, the creator, the divine, contact me. My details are in the description box below. This, I don't know, I think maybe we could frame all of these pictures together in one lot, you know, like a nice big frame, and I could sign them. Especially that one. Let it go, I can't take it anymore. They could be the wrong lyrics as well. I don't know. Tell me the lyrics of Let It Go. Millions worldwide singing that song in their head and can't get it out of their head now that I've just done that. Sorry. All day you're going to be going, let it go, I can't take it anymore. Anyway, I might have just started your brand new musical career. Maybe you need to be in musicals if you love singing as much as I do. But last thing, I apologize if you saw a Divine Masculine Speaks video this morning on my channel and clicked onto it and there was no sound. That was Mercury retrograde at its finest, playing, I don't know, playing funsies with me this morning. So that video I had to delete, full stop. Quick Divine Masculine check-in, just so you know, which is timeless if you're watching this concept video. But he is madly in love with you, head over heels in love with you, if you're still watching to this point. All my videos are timeless, so if you want to click onto any of them, just know that the message, there'll be a message in there for you. But the Two of Cups kept coming up and the Three of Cups kept coming up. I'll try and find them here so that you can see. I don't know how, oh, there it is, there's one. There it is. And the Devil kept coming up. So he's, right now he's chained to a karmic situation that he's having a very lot of trouble getting out of. Okay, and then the Two of Cups comes up, denoting how much he loves you, and the Three of Cups. There may be a third party situation, person, place or thing in the way of the connection. But together the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups kept coming up a few times. I reshuffled the cards and they kept coming up. And so this is denoting the sadness that's within him for not being in union with you right now. The 2 plus the 3 is the 5 of Cups, and that's that, you know, I always call him the guy who spilled his iced coffee. You know, he's looking at everything that's like the Bachelor, you know, he's looking at all the drama and not realizing what he's already got. So Divine Feminine's already there, already waiting for him, and he's not seeing it. So he's sad. He's sad at all the drama that's going on in his life currently, but he's not realizing that he could share this with the Divine Feminine and that she would be more than willing. Wow, here he is as the King of Cups. She would be more than willing to go through this with him so he's not alone. So that's the basic message that the Divine divine masculine's not realizing that right now. And of course, divine feminine needs to pull on that red ribbon a little bit more on that. It's a bit more in depth than that. So if you don't know how to do that, contact me. But he is seeing a future with you, divine feminine. That's the other thing that was coming through with the Three of Wands here, which in the Game of Thrones deck they call it the Three of Spears, and it's highly confusing because they look a little bit like swords, don't they? Maybe not, but anyway, this is him envisioning a future with you, but it's always this future progression. In the future we can this, in the future we can this. And then he kind of realizes that he's been a little bit deceptive to her because she's ready now. Just like that chick from The Bachelor that goes, I'm ready now. I'll be a homemaker now. I'll be the love of your life now. Any problems you've got, I'll work through them with you now. But of course, The Bachelor doesn't want her because that's too easy. He wants a little bit more drama. And the 3D version of the masculine needs to understand that the divine feminine is just going to walk away. Okay? She is willing to walk away. She is willing to focus on herself because she is worth more than breadcrumbs. Okay? Ooh, breadcrumbs. Can feel the seagulls flocking behind the breadcrumbs. So his breadcrumbs in the 3D are only worthy of the seagulls and not worthy of the divine feminine. The divine feminine, if she so wishes, she has a mission to undertake. She has joyful things to do. She has other people in her life that need her right now. And so if divine masculine isn't ready, which many times he's not, off she goes, and then he will have that realization that, OMG, I've been deceiving myself. I can't live without her. Tell me, how am I supposed to live without her? You can always hear it in country, can't you? Now that I've been loving you so long. That's the country version of Michael Bolton's How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? But there's also this Glenn Medeiros song coming through. If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty now, or something. Da 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 da, the nights would seem so long. You and I can see forever all so clearly. You don't have to change a thing. I love you just the way you are. Come with me and share our dreams. Something, 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 something. It's going to get too high for me and then I'm going to have my voice break. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You better look the song up, because if I keep singing it, everyone's gonna go tone deaf. You wanna know by now how much I love you. One thing you can make sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Okay, but he has to realize that it's gone first. Or that it's over there. When you came together in the bliss, it was this blissful, beautiful love. You know, mwah, 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 mwah. He has to know that it can go for it to be important to him. Because he's still in the 3D mindset. You know, Lady Shave is leaving the building now. There are only 3 left. Customers who are waiting at the door, please stay in line and do not panic. And he's like, oh my God, Lady Shave's leaving. Right? AKA the divine feminine. In a past life, the divine feminine was a shaver. Breaking news. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest. If you think I'm batshit crazy, I love you even more. I absolutely am when it comes to the passion I have for the twin flame journey, because I understand it a little too well. And all these cards are just flying out. I'll do a divine masculine reading real soon. I'm sorry that my 40-minute reading didn't work. I was literally, I don't know, for those, there was 3 people I think that watched it, and it was like shh, this static all the way through, and there's me shuffling the cards with all this static. It's pretty funny. Anyway, have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'm sending you donkey kisses and Harry tacos, and I'll steal a few organic apples from Little Red Riding Hood's basket when she's not looking. Okay, so don't forget to eat your virtual chocolate, which I'm sending you now, and stay in your highest vibration of you. Connect inwardly to your soul and know that you are very loved this day. Mwah. And thank you for spending your time with me. Bye everyone. Bye.